I make music because I love it. Like that's where I'm happiest, dude. Like there's so much clarity and concentration when I'm just sitting like by myself making that shit. And so if I could make money just producing, not even doing anything else, like fuck it, I'll never play out again. Like I'll just make tracks all the time, dude.
What I do when I go to sleep every night, we saving the life. What I do when I wake up first sight, we saving the life. What I do when I battle every single day, we saving the life. What I do when the North Shore wide, we saving the life. Now my flow is flowing, life is ever knowing, I'm forever going. Obstacles are slowing me from being me. My mind can see potential in me, failing publicly, still not trying. Closer to dying, my dreams flying. There's no denying what I wanna do.
Podcast and stuff we just started.
Hey.
You want me back? Push it. Keep doing this. Rocking forth.
All right.
But who am I here with today?
My name's Devin. Devras Plexi. If you listen to music.
Who is Devin, aka Devras Plexi? So it might be one of the few times I pronounced that properly. That's the real reason I ask people introduce themselves. That way, you say their name. You know, I can mirror it quickly if it's under 30 seconds. You know.
Yeah. Former guitar instructor, active musician. Not really making any money from it, but you know.
Sounds like a proper musician.
There we go. So, just getting by still.
All right, so you gonna make me take you on a journey. That's cool.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. All right, so the thing that was funny about us, I don't remember how did I meet you or get you first? Was it Facebook or some random shit like that?
I think that we actually connected through Facebook, but we might have encountered each other.
That's what I was leading to.
Back in the UTSA days.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure I probably like shook your hand and like probably Seaboard or someone like introduced me to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you were going, like I was just arriving to that area because I was a lifer at UTSA.
Dude, I was a lifer too.
When did you start?
2001.
Damn, you maybe you're right. I started in 2003.
Yeah, dude. We for sure probably saw each other in that school at some point. Because I was always there.
I started 2003. I think I graduated in 09 or 10. I don't want to say 09. Makes myself look slightly better.
Don't feel bad. I was 2008.
But I probably don't leave working UTSA till 2012.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That shit became my life.
That was my jobs, and I had like 2 jobs there, and as well as going to school. So yeah.
Push it closer to me.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked in. I was a sound tech for a while.
Was that under Cindy still?
Yeah, that was with Cindy,
right.
And did work in the lab for Seabald. And then taught guitar lessons too.
So you were the pre.
Yeah.
Tomas was the same thing.
Really?
I don't know if he ever does the Cindy thing, but he did the lab thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ralph, of course. Yeah. You're pretty Ralph. Ralph ends up being, I don't know if you can say mentor, but like I guess the guy, bro. I would just be there with him every day. Which is maybe one of the reasons why I got the job. He claims to take credit for it. It's like, yo, I told Seaball, like, you got, he's hungry. You got to get him.
Yeah.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Ralph was always right alongside me. We were 2 of the techs. And then there were other guys too who like taught me everything. And then,
yeah.
So
those are fun days, yo. Like, dude. I walked by it last week because I went to the campus to do a podcast with the last teacher I wanted to get. He's a finance professor. He's the only non-music one I wanted to get. Though his story, without going all deep on that, his first degree is a music degree at UT.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he quickly realized
gave up the music life too.
He quickly realized what we are too stubborn to do. He was like, "Oh, this money thing is a problem." And he quickly kept going down that path. Tune in to that one if you want the rest.
Finance.
Yeah. And retired early too. Yeah, I know. But you know, we gotta make ourselves happy first.
Yeah.
He's very lucky. He likes those things, and And he still loves music too, but he his email and has Mahler in it. So like yeah, he definitely like that classical stuff.
Oh yeah, he can afford those like season tickets.
Oh, now he can
to the symphony.
Now he can. Now he can. But I don't know. Like he probably just didn't also have that hunger that we did. Like he told me he's obsessed with teaching. So even though he retired from like his real finance job, he became a teacher and he's like obsessed with that. And pretty much that was going to be his music thing, which is what UTSA pumps out anyway, right? Education majors.
Yeah, dude.
Because he was ready to go hard in at that. And then, even though that pays, that doesn't pay.
Yeah.
You know?
It just gets you by. And
I mean, it's real good. It's a real good get by, though. Because I don't want to say her name, but I remember seeing this girl. And even now, even in this is both a blessing and a curse. I haven't had a real job in 2 Decembers now, right? I've done things here and there, but I haven't had a real, true, like every day 40-hour plus work week. You know, and
respect to you for that, dude.
Dude, let me tell you, like, because we're trained as human beings to be super negative to ourselves, right? So someone points that out to me like a few months ago, and now I have to remind myself that, like, fool, like even though you think the end is tomorrow, somehow you've survived, and you're probably gonna be able to survive tomorrow too. Probably, still get that ass in check, but probably.
Yeah.
I was going somewhere with that. Okay, but yeah, this girl where I'm doing my lab monitor thing. It's pretty, so I talk to her. But yo, they're talking about getting food, and she checks her account and she says, "Yes, I still have $7 in my bank account." And let me tell you something. Even in my now unemployed 2 years, officially, again, never have I ever in my entire life, not these 2 years, my entire life, have been able to say that. Like when I opened a bank account, I probably put in more. Not that I'm rich or nothing, but like my mom, I guess, always kind of like fucking beat me into like, you will save money, So like I'm trained to like always like have like be a resource. Like that's why one of the things that keeps me not worried is like, look, the worst case scenario for me is not like, oh, run out of money. The worst case scenario for me is I get a real job. But the blessing of that is like you're gonna pay me money again because I'm gonna be quote unquote rich because yeah, this shit's expensive, this camera right here, but how many of those did I buy? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to make a real purchase, it's probably going to be for my creativeness. And then that's it. I don't really go out. And if I go out, I don't drink, or not like, I don't do that. And if I'm going out because I should probably know these people or it's good people or something. It's not even going out like, man, it's Friday, I really want to have fun, like, because my fun is this shit. Otherwise, I wouldn't fucking make 800 podcasts, So like that's my little like blessing curse thing with all that. But yeah, I don't even know how we got down there, but I'm just saying.
What did that girl go on to teach?
Oh,
music?
so yeah, so that was her major. Good job,
Education.
good job bringing me back,
man.
And dude, I've seen her like 2 or 3 times after. She's alright. She ain't rich because she ain't trying to buy like cars or not because maybe that was never goal. She's the person who had like the high school boyfriend, and I think they may have finally broke up. But like she's just living like the normal life.
Thank God for them.
Or they might have gotten back together because I haven't kept in contact.
I think I know who you're talking about.
All right, good. But I mean,
what was she a public school teacher? Because they kind of make it. They kind of make it now.
I remember at least year 1, she told me she was making like over $50K. Which is not a lot
like public school.
For like crazy jobs like. But yo, I've never been paid more than $32K in my life.
No. Yeah, I can't imagine. That's
so I'm like, you giving me $50K?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, my voice goes high. I'm like, life's crazy right now. Yo, $50K. So I'm like, that's what I was saying. Like, education majors, like maybe the ceiling isn't like 40 floors, but it's alright, it's alright. As long as like the goal wasn't to be like Steve Jobs rich or CEO rich, and you're not a crazy spender, you should be more than fine,
Yeah, I can't imagine teaching in public schools though. I always taught private lessons, and so I got my degree in performance.
Oh, and so that guy.
I mean, yeah, all they did.
You didn't get your master's too?
No, I did get my master's in performance too, which is stupid now. But like, it was fun and it was mildly entertaining, but not
mildly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, all I really did from that was I taught privately, and of course, like you can't really make that much money. I taught I was teaching at a private music academy, but yeah, it's like you're not gonna make.
I was laughing because I was petting his dog. I stopped petting the dog. She hits my hand like, "Keep, what are you doing?" Did I say stop?
Yeah,
I'm like, "Oh, my bad."
she did.
But you mentioned, so you got your master's in that, but the way you say it, like, did you even want to get your master's in that?
Well, no, at the time I was all about it, dude.
You were about it?
And I never grew up learning classical guitar, but I started it when I started college at UTSA.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was going to major in music, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do yet. Like I played trombone in high school and I wasn't going to fucking do that.
Yeah.
No, but I played guitar like already. I played in bands and played electric guitar, but so I taught myself some classical pieces and I played terribly in my audition, but I think just because the program was small enough, they took me in just because I learned those songs, and they just drug me slowly through it till I got better, and I just got real into it.
That's what's up.
And then after I finished, I was like, well, guess I'll continue get my master's now, and got into school out in California, and then moved there, and now I'm back in Texas.
Like what's, because one of the horn players in my band, you never got to see him that night, but one of my horn players in his band, he has masters in performance trombone, but he just
trombone.
Yeah, but his prior was the
good.
education thing, so he just kept doing the education thing anyway, even after that. But
I mean, what else?
Band director and stuff. Well, that's what I was about to ask.
I wasn't that good.
Yeah, like, cause I mean, the only thing I could think of, like, one of my homies who's on the podcast, his family was on the podcast, so I didn't get to dive deep into anyone, but like all of them were there. But I think like one of his main goals, seeing him talk, is joining orchestras, and can't you guys do that or with the masters?
Nah.
Or no, you're like nope.
No, I mean, there's really no spot for it in orchestras unless you're doing like a concerto.
Yeah,
and like you got to be seriously like top notch.
You gotta be
player.
top tier.
Yeah, like no one's gonna come to you to perform a concerto unless you've got like some big competitions under your belt.
What about like even could you do the college thing or something, the college teacher thing?
That's what I thought, getting a master's, but then I realized, oh no, everyone these days, everyone's got their doctorate.
Oh my gosh.
And there's like 100 people applying.
At that point, you were
for this
done?
one position. I was like, this was a bad idea. So, but then I don't know, and then I also graduated at the time where like, everyone was just, the best you could get would be an adjunct professor position, and you don't get paid shit. Yeah, and it's not even really worth it. So.
Yeah.
So I was actually landing that job at that music academy was better for me because I was able to make at least enough to get by.
Damn.
So it was cool, but I just kind of got real burned out on that too, and now that's why I'm pursuing the whole coding thing. Man. So
I feel like I hope I fall into something, but that same teacher, he was talking about looking for jobs for finance students, and at USA, because that's where he used to work, and he found about 3 to 4 finance jobs, but he found like 30 plus data scientist jobs.
Oh yeah, that's the new thing, dude.
And he was like, I'm telling everybody to learn Python. I was like, should I learn Python? He's like, I'm telling everybody to learn Python. Yeah. And then I talked to 2 other programmers and they were like, it won't hurt you. You should totally learn Python. I'm like, oh my gosh. I hope I don't end up learning it, but if I do,
that's one of the first languages that like got me into it. Actually, programming was. I just bought a introductory Python course and just started doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I still think Python's like real cool. Like it just makes sense. Like, well, I mean, I'm no means an expert at it, but like compared to like JavaScript, and Python just makes a lot more sense, and people do more with it.
I'll take a look at it. Like maybe someone will finally hire me.
Yeah.
But I'll take a look at it. But all right, so obviously you got the education and the real stuff. When does the electronic music happen?
Oh, well, that was the nice thing about that teaching job, actually, was because I would only teach kids after school, like 3:30 to 8 maybe. So I would just go home, start drinking coffee like around 9-10 p.m., stay up till 6 or 7 a.m. making tracks, like,
Yeah.
and I would just like knock out a track a night for a while, like, and then work on mixing it throughout the week. So yeah, that's where the electronic music, like, I do it late at night.
So it started. So you weren't even doing it till you became a teacher.
No, I actually was making electronic music when I first started at UTSA.
Oh, okay.
But I started realizing like I wasn't balancing school with music, because like I was all about the electronic music I was making.
Yeah.
But then in the meantime, I was like having to learn and practice classical guitar. And so my first year, dude, like I bombed like everything.
Yeah.
My GPA was a
Yeah.
2.25. I didn't do so great on my performance either. And so, but like, I just kind of realized, I'm like, fuck, I gotta like put this down for a bit and work on this. And I just kind of, and as I did start practicing more, I got like really into it. So like maybe too much into it, but yeah, so like I stopped. I just decided around probably 20, when I was like 24, 25, I was like just completely stopped for a good while, like, until after grad school. And then while I was living here, I was just like, honestly, I just missed it. Like I would listen to music and just kind of be sad about it, because I'm like not doing it. So one day I was listening to Fortet, actually, a Fortet record.
Is he like one of your favorites?
At the time he was. I mean, he
Okay.
definitely is a favorite, and like, so I guess in a way he is like probably my biggest influence.
Okay.
Whether I don't really sound like him, but
Yeah.
but like it was just listening to him one day. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking start making music again, and just got like, and then just went deep into it, like, and from there it's just basically became obsessed with it. Like I became obsessed with classical guitar.
But what was the first thing that got you in there? Like that made you want to do it the first time?
Oh man, I just liked electronic and music and experimental stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was messing around with an old version of SoundForge and recording into SoundForge, and then like processing and manipulating. I was creating samples that way, and then
You're
I was
on the
looping
path
them.
to become Unburial.
Yeah, dude. Well, I would take those loops or those wave files, and I would loop them in like acid, like
There you go.
the early acid days, and then that's
That's the weirdo stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
then
then
I
I
don't meet too many people doing that anymore.
Yeah,
Using those programs.
Yeah. No, it's still around.
No, they exist, but it's rare. When I got into Ableton, it's probably around that time, like maybe 10, 11.
Oh, okay.
And it's cool. But now, like I was just saying, like Netflix is like a standard, Spotify is a standard now. Ableton is one of the 3 standards now. And that kind of pisses me off. Like I literally almost want to leave it just because everyone else is on it. Like Matt brought it to my attention. I think he's overthinking. You don't know Matt. I'm just saying that, like,
Starfighter Matt?
My trumpet Matt.
Oh,
trumpet player, Matt.
okay.
But he was saying like, man, I like this. I can make music now and stuff, but I feel like it forces me to make music like in a certain way, like loops or something,
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to be constrained to these. He's a jazz musician, like, through and through. So, and I was like, like, I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, I was like, dude, just don't listen. But he's very new, and I know sometimes he can have like self-esteem issues, so I can see the program beating him. Like, that was one thing like we used to say back in the day. First thing I was started on was Reason. Like, and I was like, yo, almost 9 out of 10 people I could tell if they were making in Reason, unless they were a dude who dove in deep, like to really manipulate it. Because now there's people who still use Reason now, and like all of us are now shocked because we couldn't. It wasn't even a thought but they've been playing with Reason so long that they make it sound like some shit.
Yeah. Dude, I know a lot of people making really good music on Reason.
Yeah, Reason's great. I love Reason. But I started on there, but we left because everything sounds like a Reason. And I'm not going to say everything sounds like Ableton. I can't detect it like that.
Yeah.
But I know that there is some inherent truth to that. Like, okay, we're all using the same thing, so we're all kind of messing with that. I would purposely just want to use a DAW that no one's using just because I'd be in a different frame of mind automatically. Already I'm starting different than you. And that's been a blessing and maybe probably an overt curse for me, is that like I'm very big on like going where people doing shit that people aren't doing. Which probably maybe helped me lose interest in beats at every now and then, because as we kept going in the years, everybody keeps doing it, like, they get dumber and easier to do,
Well, I think that's why, now, I mean, I use Ableton now, and when I was deciding to get back into music, I spent a lot of time thinking what would be best to get in to start to use.
Yeah.
And I knew I still wanted to use SoundForge, and I still do. I still make samples in SoundForge the same way. And I think incorporating that element into Ableton now, because now I use Ableton, does bring like a little difference to it. Something that, you know, Ableton can't do. Which is cool. And like actually those waves I make in SoundForge go really well into like simpler sampler, like on Ableton. You can do some crazy sounds.
That's what's
that
up,
way.
man.
And so because I just like the whole sound design part of it.
I used to love all those things too. I feel like in these last few months that I've gotten interested in again, but like I said, I focus more on songs now. I feel like I do the simplest stuff now because I think I'm like, let me get a canvas so I can rap.
Yeah. Dude, that's pretty, I mean, anyway, like that's a good way to me. Like that's your view of like structuring the structure, like the form of it. You're kind of starting with like a bare bones form to grow from.
But you know what I am doing different? Like I don't know why it's got placed on my radar, but the next thing I will put out is all gonna be in 432 tuning, and I might just hang out there for a minute. And I don't know why that like it just started occurring to me. Like I keep seeing this 432, 440 debate.
You think that's real?
They at least sound different. I don't know if the 432 is the way of nature or if it really makes people feel good or any of that shit.
This is like honestly my perception of that is not like any spiritual shit really, like but I think it's being that it's, you know, it's only 8 hertz lower or whatever. I think we naturally just like lower resonances, like lower frequencies, because they just resonate more. And I don't know if that comes through in electronic music, but I know it would come through like on an instrument. It would just make the instrument feel a little looser.
I've played beats with both,
really?
The same beat in 432, same beat in 440, and then sometimes mixing certain parts, you know. That creates some weird feelings, you know?
Like they say like 440 actually kind of creates tension in people's head. And you know, Baroque music was like 415 hertz.
Oh shit!
Like the old like Baroque cellos.
Yeah.
Because like that's what the sound they were going for, like really resonant, rich tones. And so, like that's why, I know it can come through on an instrument. I don't know how it comes through digitally.
It's slightly different. At least for the instrument parts. For what I did for the samples is I even knock those down, you know. But it's funny because I'm not tuning the samples. I'm literally just dropping it more like to the 432 range. So it's like, is it really in 432 the sample? Probably not, but I'm just keeping it in balance with the tuning that it was when it was at 440, you know. Well,
dude, I mean, think about how people like those low tune like vocals and just everything. Like people like it, dude. Like that's why like heavy music, you know, was, you know, when people were using like 7-string guitars a lot, like people just like went nuts for it because it's just something about that low, heavy resonance, dude.
So we're going to find out. 2018 is going to be the 432 year.
If
I blow up, now you know what to do, what the tech is.
You like all those people, they were just hypnotized by your 432.
That's it. They must love it. And you like 6 months from now, you're like, is that Abraham on TV?
I was like, fuck, should have done that.
It's like, what's the name of his album? 432. Are you fucking kidding me? You know? And I see you all started doing it. Feedback changed his name to like drop it down 8. It down.
We'll hint at it, but we'll never clearly give it away.
You can't.
Well, we just did.
No one hears this. They do, but I mean, they do. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I told Tomas I'm gonna start giving him shouts because now he told me he's become one of those people who hears almost all of them. And
yeah. He told me that too.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that guy. So, because I always give shout outs to Josh. Shout out to Josh, the original hero of all of them. But now, shout out to Tomas. Yeah, you go.
Tomas is a good dude.
He was supposed to come on, but now I'm just shitting on him like as he is. But he got sick. He
called in sick. That's right.
Yeah, there you go. And he called in sick to my podcast too. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Believe me, I suffered. Right. I suffered in the heat. He wasn't. I almost died for Tomas. It wouldn't have even helped him, but I literally almost died for Tomas.
Oh yeah, when you stayed at his place. Yeah.
What do you think of the Feedback Alliance?
Dude, Feedback is they're fucking great, man. Like I got involved with them through Steve. I met Steve when we would go to those old Synapse meetings. They were Ableton meetups.
Oh yeah.
And I met Steve and we were just like, we just hit it off and we were just friendly. And then he invited me to like start participating in the remix challenges with Feedback, and I did a couple and like started going out to like Feedback events and just becoming friends with all those dudes, and it just kind of stuck, and still do I still do all the remix challenges and the compilations and perform with them. So yeah, dude, they're just real open collective and pretty diverse.
That's what's. If I lived here, I'd probably be way more involved. But man, like I noticed, like I don't do it. I'm not as prolific, right? But I'm not as prolific musically. Like I've recently shifted into a prolific mindset. But back when I was in Feedback, I wasn't as prolific. And I was like, dude, like I can't be making music that I can't release because they're remixes, you know. And I want to like release them for real. And like at that point in time, like my output was real slow. So it's like, I'm gonna make one track. Like I want to put it out. I don't want to just have it be here and like now it's here. And
well, I mean, yeah, you still make it. I still make my tracks, and then when those challenges come up, they're only every other month now. Yeah. So it's like I'll devote a little time to like throw one down.
I might come back one day, but I mean, like anytime I see any opportunity for any type of time, I just keep coming up with something more to do, you know. So I don't know if I ever will come back, you know. But I'll do little video things like this, or like Jenna last night, you know, or something like that, you know. So I'm always down for that.
Remixes are cool, dude. Like every time I'm always like, I just want to create my own tracks. But like every time I've done a remix or a collaboration with someone, I just feel like that took me to another level, like a little higher level, because
they are
think
cool.
differently. Like,
but right now, my main goal is that not that I'm against remixes, is that I want to release them.
Oh, I see.
You know, and that's where things start getting complicated and stuff. Even though none of us are gonna make money anyway, you know, it's like I want it, you know, like in this. Even though SoundCloud still works for you, as you said before, but for overall mainstream user, you know, that's not where they're going anymore now. So I want my thing at least on Spotify, you know, and we always do that with every remix, you know, if any of them. If any. So like I want to release. That's what I mean. I want them to be on the real platform, whatever that might be in the time, you know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So unless I'm in that like mode where I am making a lot of shit, then like okay, now I can take a time and do a remix here, you know. But if I'm only doing like one track fucking every 6 months or something.
That's a little different.
Yeah, so because I was real slow back when I was in the Feedback. Like literally, it was a point where like all I do is Feedback tracks. Now I don't even do music. Like, hold up, like what am I doing right now? That's why I had to pull out, because I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah, but cool. But Feedback, dude, like seems like lately it's just been kind of on like a good upward, like lot more activity. A lot more support coming. Like when I first kind of started hanging out with those dudes, it just kind of seemed like they wasn't a lot of like as much mutual support as I'm seeing right now. Like now it's like I'm seeing a lot of more momentum. It's really exciting, dude. It's cool. But I suspect, you know, like any collective like Feedback is gonna have its ups and downs. Like, so it's just cool to see like everyone like getting pumped about it again and getting involved.
Yeah, I feel like I see on Facebook there's more and more events. It seems like there's always a night here and there. Yeah.
And like I think like they're always open to like bringing in new people, and like so I think that really helps.
That's probably
Chris Parsons was one who told me that, and he's right. Like these collectives kind of get stale when they're like exclusive, but you bring in new talent and they bring in new energy, and I think they'll either keep things going, take things further, but that might also get like the old members like more actively engaged again. That's really what it takes. Like it's these collectives kind of just survive on their own energy, basically. If no one does it, they just disappear. So
yeah, at least that's the one thing I've always liked about them. They were like way more down, because the other two, normally I don't mind naming names, because that's why I stopped giving a fuck. But I mean, like about anything. But for the purposes of not dragging you in the mud, I won't say that since you live in this city. But yeah, there was like two other groups around here, you know. And I've talked about them with everybody. Everybody knows their names. You might be thinking of them now. But but yeah, I was always like, dude, this is fucking bullshit, dude. Like the amount of effort required to like still not play them for them, you know, like why? It's like you ain't no hot shit. It's like,
Well, I mean, yeah. People are doing their things and they're doing it how they want to do it.
I
Like,
just hate how it was so closed. That's all it was. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's a bummer, but you know, it is what it is, man. Like they can
Yeah,
do.
for sure.
It's
My mind has changed since last year. Like, because one of the things I also did, I pulled out of like the San Antonio music scene. Because like pretty much it became easier for me to accept all those closed groups when I realized like, oh, you're not making a living off of this either. And like once I kind of like that snapped in my head, that thought, then I'm like, well, what the fuck am I jealous of? Like, I don't care if you're playing every awesome show like here, but if you still work, I don't. So I'm,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, like I'm not losing then, you know? Like,
yeah. I mean, some groups got their vision and like they're just looking for a certain sound or
yeah. So the
maybe.
people,
I mean, I make pretty weird shit, so like I can
do?
understand
You
like
do?
like it's not everybody's staying and
but some of them, but I feel like a lot of the members in the feedback make weird shit, you know? It's
yeah,
not
I
even
guess
just
that's
like
probably
you.
why like,
It's not
like,
just
that's the group I'm in. Then. So, but yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes I would hear my shit. I'm like, I'm not weird enough. Like I only make beats.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. Well, it stems to like, you know, back to when I first started back in the acid days.
Yeah.
Like, I was starting to find like experimental shit and like IDM, the whole IDM movement, like really caught my attention back then just because I was like,
because you were intelligent. That's why.
No, it's not like that. No, I just want to hear like really, I just want to hear new sounds, like something like my brain has never imagined, you know? And so I was hearing that stuff, was just like taking me to like the other dimensions. So I was getting into it, but like these days, actually, like I think there's a lot of really atrocious IDM, like Autechre and all those bands, like those groups I used to like, nah.
You don't like where it is right now?
No, I don't like. I just don't.
Would you call yourself IDM currently?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I like to just. I think a better generic fit would just be electronic because that's what it is. You know, like, and honestly,
that is a generic fit though. Like,
yeah, no, and like, because really, I don't know how to like categorize it. Like, maybe you could group it with some IDM stuff, like, but I also like beats, like, I like dance music, and so like, and actually, like, as I got a little older, like I was always going out to like dance parties, and especially when I lived in San Francisco, like, and I just fucking, I was like, you know what, like, fuck all this like hard to like listen to stuff, like I'm just not into it anymore, like, and so now like I like more straightforward beats, but I still like that experimental edge to it. So I think that's carried over, but now I'm like much more into like something you can actually bob your head to, and
so you were making beats. You weren't making beats in San Francisco, right? Because
nothing.
Do you think that would be a good like spot for you? Like now that you do make stuff?
Oh yeah, dude. I fucking wish I was doing it out, dude. It's just like there's such an audience for electronic music.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and there's just so much more
open
attendance to like events for it too. Like I was having a good time out there with like music, just going and seeing it because people were into it, man. Like it was everywhere. And like I never got to travel to Los Angeles, but it's like it seems like it's even crazier out there. Like I had friends who were from Los Angeles, and they were always the ones like we were going out to shows together. You know, that was cool. Like dudes in the classical guitar program, you know, we were going out to see like Flying Lotus like on the weekends, and like it was cool, man. Like people were just into it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us used to glorify LA because of the low end theory, because they had the collective, you know, the original, like the collective that made it, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Essentially, that's what they were, you know. And I'm thinking of San Francisco. I'm drifting away. But I only got to be there 3 days, though. I only got to check out a jazz bar. I didn't get to check out any electronic scene or anything like that, though. And then it was in the weekday, too, so it wasn't even like at prime time.
Oh,
so it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even. Actually, while I was out there, that was when dubstep was really big.
Oh, shit.
So I was going
a lot of the good shit.
There was a lot of that, like, and I would occasionally go out to those shows, but I was looking for dance music, actually.
Yeah. So what does that mean for you, dance music? Because dubstep would be like EDM, which is all of them, you know.
Yeah, no, like straight like 4 on the floor kind of shit. Okay, I was just into it, and I still am. But now it's funny, like all those dubstep guys are now into drum and bass out there. Like drum and bass is like replaced it. So which
At
is
least there.
which
at
is the
least-
shit I really
yeah,
like to
yeah.
dance to. Actually, yeah,
You like that 180s?
yeah, dude.
Do you have any 180 tracks?
I don't.
Yeah,
Not
because
everything's
I'm
like,
the little bit I've heard, I'm like, I don't know no 180s coming from you.
yeah. No, I usually, yeah. Most of my stuff's like 80 to 105.
Mm.
Sometimes
Is that on
120.
purpose?
Not necessarily. I think I just like that's just where I want like to fit.
That's where it comes in.
Yeah.
Handy.
Like I don't necessarily like. I'm not trying to make dance music like I like to go dance to. Like I wanted to make more like interesting stuff to listen to, which kind of makes me torn between like making like exciting stuff for live shows versus like more interesting stuff to sit and listen to. Like I have so many tracks like I wouldn't even play them live.
Oh.
So I end up playing a lot of the same tracks live, but like I've got like a couple hundred tracks now. Like I don't know, man.
Man, you need to join that Spotify.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, dude.
Like if you got 100 tracks,
Yeah, like while dude, I was teaching, like I was cranking out tracks all the time, like just staying up every day till like 5 a.m. Just
I have a friend who claims to have. It's probably true, but he claims to have over 24 hours of music. You know, and I'm like, but he has released. You might have more stuff out there than him, you know. I might even, like, which is
I don't
sad.
even know.
I'm like, because I know I don't have 24 hours of music.
yeah, I forget about some of the tracks I have actually, and I'm like, oh, cool, man, it's good to hear
But
this
yeah,
one again.
I'm always like, if people, I know a lot of people care about their legacies, and you know, like to each their own, right? Because I'm guilty of my own things that are stunting my growth. But I'm like, man, just put it out. No one knows who we are. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. That's
You
kind
know,
of the deal. Like I know a lot of people who are like, no, it has to be perfect, and they spend like 3 months like mixing
I'm
a track.
anti that shit, dude.
But yeah, like I think really we're more in our position. We benefit more from like being more prolific and like having higher quantity because honestly, it's a craft. You know, like the more you practice your craft, the better you get at it. You start becoming better at like realizing ideas and completing them, as well as like mixing them down just like real quick.
Yeah,
and like
still waiting for that one to kick in though. That last part.
Yeah, no, it happens, dude. Like some of the SoundCloud collectives I've been associated with the last few years, like those are there are guys there who like they don't perform and all they do is just crank out tracks. Like it's like they're obsessed with it, you know. But like their material, just like I've kind of watched it, like just get like really cool, like more and more interesting, really, and like I don't know where they find the time to mix all these tracks, but they do it real quick, and like it's good.
Seeing
The
some
mixes
people
aren't bad.
who are prolific, I'd have to do a hardcore mental focus to shift to this because I've tried and I was like, oh, this is boring, and but because it's easier to stay in your habits, you know.
Yeah.
But pretty much to be mixing while you're creating. So I guess like while you're creating,
It's the way to do it, really.
that is the way to do it. But it's just like, especially like when I'm just making something, I'm like, I don't want to fucking put an EQ on this thing, like unless I'm really like using the EQ for a timbre effect and not because to make it sound good. I'm like, no, I want to make the thing before I forget. You know what I mean?
No.
But I think that a lot of those guys, and that's not to take credit for them, a lot of them are freestyling too, you know? Like they're just making it in their box. And that's probably why, versus me, sometimes I have ideas in my head that I'm trying to
well, I think
out
even
there.
though like if you're composing a lot, like you just know how to hear it. Like you can hear when like a snare hit's gonna be too loud anyway. You know? By then your ears just kind of trained to it. And so you can adjust it. And so when it's time for the final mix, you know, it's mostly smoothed out. So I zero down like 4 or 5 times. Like yeah, dude.
So like I keep restarting it all the time, man. Like so almost never I've never ever stayed with anything that like when I'm in the creative process, I'm like, this is all gonna be thrown out the window because I'm always just gonna start from zero anyway, like a zero level, and then start mixing it again.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll probably do that like 6-7 more times, you know?
Yeah, dude, that's probably smarter than anything, but
that's like all that, like, not that I know the philosophy of it, but apparently I think someone was like trying to teach me gain states, and I was like, yeah, I do that already, you know, because I think that's all it is, you know?
Yeah. But you know, but going back to like being prolific, like the sad thing is about it though, like those dudes just pump out tracks every few days, and it's like over time, like you just start overlooking it. Like it's just because it's too much to keep up with. And so it's like they have like thousands of tracks, but you know, you've heard a few good ones that you remember.
Everything said there is right, but I know like at least right now it looks like it can be a success move. And I think if the overlooking thing is happening, that's fine. But at the end of the day, if that makes you have a living in it, then it's worth it.
Well,
and then 2, The thing is, it's always there for when that person's ready.
Yeah, exactly.
And more.
There's-
And more.
I
Because
mean,
you kept it going.
They have constant presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're cranking out a lot of content, and like people are going to check in eventually, and just you might catch you.
Music has never been thought of like this, really, except for when back in the day we would go discography diving. But Russ explained it similar to the Netflix effect, in that like now when one person likes a song, you can just dive in. You can binge my shit.
Oh yeah,
Because most
yeah.
new artists don't have 100, 200 songs, but he does. So now you can go on the Russ path. You know, which
Yeah.
usually if you're doing that for Metallica because they're older. You know, just someone that's
Yeah.
been like 20 years plus. You know, name any old ass band, because new artists shouldn't have that. But now
yeah.
because we're all be able to easily get our shit out there,
Yeah.
new artists might have 200 songs out
Yeah,
there. You know,
yeah. I mean, honestly, dude, like, I mean, I make music because I love it. Like, that's where I'm happiest, dude. Like, there's so much clarity and concentration when I'm just sitting like by myself making that shit. And so, if I could make money just producing, not even doing anything else, like, fuck it, I'll never play out again. Like, I'll just make tracks all the time, dude.
I've switched. There's two places I want to go with that. First, I did switch to not playing live, even though I played a kitchen.
Yeah, that's right.
But like it was a friend's Christmas party, so I was like, why not? You know. But overall, like I haven't played a venue since September, and the real last show that we did was in March, because the September show was like a favor for someone.
Oh, okay.
But like I haven't looked for a show or whatever. You know, like they've all been like favors, like kitchen, Christmas,
yeah.
you know, whatever. I don't want to play them. I just want to do the thing, because at a local level, I don't see me like building any fan base.
I mean,
so.
yeah. Honestly, though, I mean, I say that, but of course, like, I love performing. Like, obviously, I had 2 performance degrees,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, dude.
If you enjoying it, then keep doing it. Then.
But yeah, it is slightly distracting to like producing. Actually, like, I'm not cranking out as much material because I'm like preparing and practicing sets. You know.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm real proud of my last set.
It's a give and take.
But before I even played it, I was like, now I know why I stopped doing this. This is a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like if I was working right now, this set wouldn't be nowhere near like what it ended up becoming. It would have just been probably some shit just to get it over with.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like mashups in my last one. I was really proud of that one. Because I did way more there, because you seen me with the group. You know, I don't think I was like a good show, but you see me with the group, and I would do less because I got these other guys who can do all this stuff. So I don't need to be shuffling and doing all this crazy shit, because I'm gonna just throw them off. But I'm like, well, now I don't got none of them, so I'm like, let me
experiment. Yeah, dude.
So I was doing a lot more than I normally do. But you talk about producing and concentrating. I think that happens to me, and I wouldn't be surprised to all of us on one form or another. That's probably a form of meditation for us.
Yeah,
we're in that
totally
deep thought, because we're losing track of time.
Yeah,
and all that. That's a form, or a more scientific. Well, I don't know if scientific word, but a more
you're just present
flow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like flow.
That's the word. Yeah.
For real, dude. And it takes like energy, you know, to like, it's like a good energy going through you, or you're putting your best energy into it. Like,
yeah.
If you're kind of like down, like physically, I just can't really I can't complete ideas, but.
Or at least it's harder for me to start, which is one of the reasons why I would never be prolific back in the day, because I was probably just in a lot of bad situations, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't enjoying my time at school, or wasn't enjoying my real job, you know?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be motivated to do music, but I would always notice it was like that shitty car, you know? It won't turn on, but shit, it turns on. That shit's now it moves, you know, because now all you gotta do is roll it down the hill, and then the car's gonna move.
Yeah.
And like I would notice that with me, like, man, like I don't want to make music. 5 minutes go, or take 10 minutes, and now I'm like, and then it's like 3 hours, and I'm like, oh shit, the fuck, you know?
It's 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's 5 a.m. You know,
yeah.
So
it's funny, like I kind of been realizing, like I can finish an idea like when I've worked out. Like if I don't.
Oh, is that how you pregame?
Yeah, like I'll go for a run.
I don't have a pregame. I wonder if I need one.
I'll do a little workout. But yeah, like I'm more successful at completing tracks in a night. Like if I've like gone for a run during the day, but if I kind of get out of like a phase of running or working out, like it just like kind of get halfway through the song, and just that mental energy is gone. Like I just can't finish it.
Yeah.
And if I don't finish a song in a night, I never go back to it. So, or at least 2 days maybe. So or
so
most.
you will go back to into it, or you just don't?
I just can't get back into it. Like
really?
Yeah.
So it's one and done.
Yeah.
Damn, you're like a. It's gonna relate to like some porn stuff, but it's like you finished good. Like you did.
Yeah.
That's damn. Oh man, I don't know. Especially now that I want to release everything thing, I'm like, unless that shit was really whack. Like, I'm like, man, there's always something I can do with it. But at the same time, I can always just make another one. So that's the harder thing. It's harder to go back, but I would like to. I would like.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I just kind of find like overthinking these tracks is not really like, it's gonna slow me down more than it's a mental block, like a creative block, just overthinking it. And so like, if you get really into an idea that you just can go down, that's what it's all about. Like
yeah.
So
going down a rabbit hole and see what happens.
Yeah.
At
least for me, because like I said, I make weird shit. But
you just mentioned overthinking. I was like, man, sometimes I haven't put out really any of these. And one of them's even finished, but just, this is what happens when you make stuff and don't mix. Like, cause I was literally have to go back for the boring parts, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But like anytime I was doing rock or metal stuff in the last 2 years, I would always gravitate to like playing in 7. I don't know why. Yeah. Like, it just maybe because I was a big maybe prog rock fan or something. But it's funny, like I don't think I'm never like, playing a beat, like I should do this shit in 7. I do have, and I get complaints from the rappers like who I hang out with. My beats, I'm talking about drum beats. The drum beats are not always maybe what my friend likes to call hip hop friendly.
Oh yeah.
But it's because I think I'm like, dude, in the UK they would have been fine with this. I've given some of that shit when I've had drummers to play it, and they've given me back crazy time signatures. I'm like, I just press the metronome click and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, because sometimes they'll just, I don't know what they're doing, because I don't have like I can count, and I can get, I can do the counting, but I can't tell you what a 1916 is like or anything dumb like that is.
Yeah.
So like I don't even know what they're thinking. That's some overthinking stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's still probably like a live drummer can syncopate rhythm so much easier than you can like on a like drum pad.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, that's the kind of shit like I would have been real into like when I was in the day. 21, but now I'm like, no, that's a bad idea. Like I think really like that's just you kind of getting off on yourself, I
love the odd times, but primarily when I'm doing real instruments, that's not necessarily yet for the beat. If I go back and look at my whole catalog, I did a remix, and that was maybe kind of in 6 and then ended in 7. But the remix material was a rock band who that song was odd also in the first place. So maybe that's why I maybe kind of kept it in that groove.
Oh, okay. Well, I think 6/8 actually does sound really good. Like, cause I mean, you can bob your head real easy to 6/8.
Yeah.
And it just has that like triplet kind of swing.
So that's the goal. You must be able to bob.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Like, you just gotta bob your head and you 1, 4, 1, whatever. Like,
hey man, I can bob my head in my sugar.
Yeah,
it's not a bob. It might be like this or something, but I mean, like
yeah. Well, I mean, like triplet based rhythms actually sound really good in hip hop. Like, I think we hear it more than we realize actually, but maybe it's just because we can feel 6 so well. Like,
is this the explain the success of the Migos? Not that their bass is that, but their voices, right?
I mean, I don't know.
And like the hi-hats and stuff.
Maybe. But yeah, like just triplets feel fucking good, dude. They just groove, man. Like, yeah, I don't even know any good examples, but off the top of my head.
You should be like, hear this song. And like free plug. Like track 7 on my album.
But no, dude, I feel like even like Philo's done in like a bit. Like there's just like triplet grooves, like, and it just feels good, dude. If you listen for it in more hip hop, I think you'll find it. Like, you'll be like, oh shit, yeah.
I want one of your next album covers to be like triplets and like makes the body feel good, like the milk cartons.
Yeah.
And then don't put any triplets in that song. Like just to troll.
Yeah.
Wonder if I should take you down.
The
life questions. Or you got some?
I'll throw some names out. Merm. Jesse,
yeah.
Memes in the Rhythm Machine.
Okay.
He's another person who's big on like the polyrhythms because like it just creates like a cool rolling effect when you start like layering like triplets over like simple meters.
You didn't even put that? There's still
I need you to
something.
refill it, actually. but like he's had like he really clarified that to me, and I was like, yeah, like I really like that is something I've been into. Like there's just like this like cool rolling effect that starts happening. Like you still feel the pulse because we really lock into like straight beats, and so you have that going on. But then like that like the triple meter just starts giving this cool rolling effect, and like it just sounds groovy, man. Like,
Let me ask you, and you said the word too, groove. Do you use the groove thing in Ableton?
no,
No.
I don't actually. It's been a mystery to me, which is a shame. Like, but yeah, I don't know what it does.
I feel like I may have used it in one song, and it every now and then, if I remember it exists, I will attempt to toy with it and like see if it. But I almost feel the 9 out of 10 times it fucks up like the vibe of the whatever rhythm that I created. I feel like, oh, now it sounds worse now.
Oh yeah, well you gotta listen to it with new ears, otherwise like.
Well, yeah, I'm like almost making something new, like if anything, like I probably needed to have it on while I was playing. That way I would have made something cool. But by the time I remember to do it, it's already on something I like. So I'm doing it for what they said I should use it, right? Make things even more human or something. Which is funny because I almost never, and in some of my songs it's pretty obvious, but I never quantize. So like maybe I probably don't even need to be doing the groove, but I guess now we're taking something that's maybe fucked up and like more fucked up, like by doing that.
What exactly? I don't know what it does. Tell me like exactly.
So I feel like other programs do it better, but I think how you turn on the swing button in other programs. Which by the way, I don't know what swing does on Push.
Dude, I started using swing and it changed my life. Dude. Like,
how do you use it?
I mean, it's like, dude, like swing will like kind of like throw things off from like. But it's like the neat thing about it is like you're still quantizing, but it's like kind of like kind of breaking up the beat a little.
But how do you use it on the Push? Because oftentimes
you just fucking turn it up.
I know, but nothing happens.
Yeah, it does.
Not for me.
Oh, dude, like you gotta. So say like you got like how there's the repeat button on the Push. Like you got your eighth rhythms and your 16th. Like get a triplet, just hold some hats down. Just hold some like hi-hats and like, just set it at 0 and go da, 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 da. But then you like
I have to play it.
Yeah, then you like if you're holding down the repeat button, it'll start da 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 da. And it's like it goes in percentages. Like you can
I gotta try it. See, every time I've tried swing is again, just like I was telling my groove example, it's done already.
Yeah.
So I just do this and I'm like, how come nothing's happening? It sucks.
Yeah. No, dude, I use it on fucking everything now. Like it just feels so good. Like it's just
I'll try that next time. But basically for groove, let's say you did play the pattern, right? But I mean maybe you can play it just like you were telling me, like without having played it. But let's say the pattern's already there. So I usually then it's highlight it or whatever, I
don't think it will affect that. I don't think it can affect what's already recorded.
This is what swing was. I was having the problem with groove. It can affect it though.
Oh, okay.
You pick like an already existing drum pattern, and then it's almost like you're merging the two. Like it's taking some of the swing from that pattern and applying it to that again at a percentile level.
Some shit. That's cool.
Yeah. So it'll start moving it, and then they have them at tempos. So like if you're at 112, maybe pick something in that range, but maybe not. Maybe pick something in 180 and see what happens,
Yeah.
And it might be good.
I'm gonna fuck with you, dude. I don't know why I haven't like.
Yeah, no, I feel like you'll like that too, but I need to try that. Like whenever I get to San Antonio, I'm gonna just test that out. I'm gonna just do it once just to make so once I see it, now I can have it embedded so that I can actually do it when I'm making something.
Yeah. Dude, you'll love how your beats sound.
Yeah, that'll be
with
badass.
A little swing, dude.
Yeah.
Or a heavy swing.
Yeah, that's badass. Did you want to refill?
Yeah. You mind if I?
No, do it.
But yeah, no, that was one of the reasons I got into Ableton was because, I saw there were tutors available for it, and I was like, maybe I can go real deep into this, and because the first time I opened it, I was like, what the fuck, and then. So yeah, I was like, because it opens up in clip view, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was used to like sequencing views. Now, and the cool thing is now is like that's how I start everything is in clip view. Clip view is fucking badass. Dude.
Even my seven songs are in.
Oh yeah, tight. Yeah, dude. Like I figured out how to like toggle between.
Should I let her out?
Go ahead. Like toggling between two different beats in the clips. You can start making like real variated crazy beats, dude. Like put like one straightforward beat and then put one crazy one beneath it.
Yeah.
With your push, if you're just toggling back and forth, like it goes back and forth between those two beats, and all of a sudden it gets crazy, dude. Like that's the way to make beats.
Say that part again.
You know, like the push has the like those scroll buttons. You can go up and down your clips.
Yeah.
If you put one straightforward beat and one clip, and then put a really crazy one right beneath it, like let the straight one just play, and then but every now and then like toggle down and then toggle back.
Okay.
You know, I'm not gonna like beatbox and try to demonstrate, but like yeah, like you'll have that straight one just going for a bit, then you'll go to the crazy one all of a sudden, throw in some crazy like beats, and then go back to the straight one.
Gotcha.
And it just sounds like crazy breaks and stuff. So, but you can make like really like continuously evolving beats that way.
Yeah. Did you ever try tutoring the Ableton?
Me? Like, oh no,
I think that was a one. Maybe I didn't try that hard because obviously I'm not doing it. I think like I'll just get Ableton certified and that'll be my job or something. But then again, like I would for a lot of things I would have an idea. I would look at like the real life examples, and if they looked pretty bad, I would lose interest in it because it's like, well, anyone on you had that. I'm like, they ain't exactly killing the game.
I mean, it's just. I mean, it comes down to music teaching again. Like I just don't want to do that anymore. Like,
and not only that, like this is the YouTube era. Anyone doing this can just do it themselves, real easy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like we're almost. There's teachers for this. It's not even needed. You know?
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna get that dog.
Oh, for sure. But should I take you down life question path? You start to get you out of here.
Whatever you want to do.
I mean, we can still deviate, but yeah, that way we don't.
Sure, man. Yeah. Let's do it.
What is one question that you? Oh, wow. What is one question? I'm like, you're
one
the one
drinking.
asking.
Will,
you're the one.
What do you think?
I'm like, this orange juice goes hard though. You don't even know. What is one thing you believe that everybody thinks you're crazy for believing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess kind of one of the things that goes along with what we were talking about earlier is like, you know, community. I think community really does help everyone become successful.
Preached that to me the first time we meet.
Yeah, dude. Like I think communities actually will form around a group of people who have been mutually supportive of each other. And, you know, from there, you all just that encouragement and that support, like, is what helps people, you know, like more than one person, you know, striving on their own, like create something bigger. And we see that in all these collectives too. Like, everyone just starts, bigger things start coming to larger people. So I think, I don't know most people would probably agree with me on that. Like, not think I'm crazy, but yeah, community is important. So it's, you know, whether people want to include you or not in their community, like, you know, find your community and just
find your tribe. They like to say.
But the funny thing is like, I'm not like a real tribal person either. So like, it just depends. Like,
tribe's just a word. I mean,
yeah.
What is your goal in life?
Goal. I mean, being young, like, you know, it was always to like make music.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like these days, like now the goal is to like just have more clarity, more awareness, and just be at peace. Which is maybe kind of simple, but
how does one go about doing those things?
I don't know, man. That's well, I think
you did mention clarity and peace with making music, so.
Oh yeah.
Back to circle, right?
Yeah.
Make more music.
I don't know if like true clarity, like, and concentration, I don't know if you'll actually find it making music. I think honestly, like, I know it's sad to say it, but I think music might actually be a distraction from that. Because you're just kind of chasing like something, but you're not actually
running away.
Yeah. Well, you know, like
chasing
when I'm making music, that's all that's in my brain. That music just consumes my brain, you know? Maybe like a clear head is actually the way to find a sort of clarity and peace.
Music's the poison that's killing us.
Yeah, dude.
That'll be the highlight. There we go.
Yeah, but we love it too. Like we can't stop chasing it. So I don't know, man. It's tough.
And they said drugs were bad, right? And this.
Hey, if we get you there.
Do I go down that one? It's been a while. Even
So
though
my answer to clarify is clarity. Like
Bars.
true clarity.
There
So
you
maybe
go.
one of these days I might have to drop music to find it.
Oh shit!
Maybe
Again,
I'll
the
find
second
it through
time.
music.
The second time.
Yeah, the second time.
Comes in stages. That'll be your return.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
comes in stages.
I'll be like, I was wrong. I'll start up music again when I'm 50 or something.
Oh shit. Maybe. Who do you love in this life?
Who I love?
Yeah.
Like, in what kind of way?
It's your question, man. I'm like, it might just be this dog
Man.
right here.
My friends, dude. I don't know really who to say, like, but like, I really love my friends, dude. Anyone who's willing to just like stay in touch and stay connected with like to never harbor any beef, you know, just it's like all my friends. I love them
Beef in
equally,
these
dude.
beat streets.
Yeah.
Like when there's no beef.
Beef streets. But no, dude, like I know that I love my friends. My sister and I are like best friends. You know, like so my sister is real important to me. But like I mean I have close friends too. Like they mean everything to me, man. Like
What's up?
so yeah. That's why I don't know, I'm real appreciative of like anyone who wants to connect and like stay in contact. You know, like you're one of those people, dude. Like you're
I have to keep reaching out. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and you know, not everybody's like receptive.
I was ignored in
that.
my 20s. That's what it is, probably.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. So it's like it's good to know these people. Like, and like when you find those people, man, like you gotta realize how important they are.
There's 3 things you're thankful for in life. So I feel like that might have been one of them right there.
Well, like truthfully, like I'm thankful, like for my parents. Like I was one of the people in life who was lucky to be born to like supportive, fairly stable parents. You know, I'm grateful for that. Like, because you know, some people don't have that, and like I have fucked up a lot in life, and like, but they're always there to kind of help me. Like, I would probably be homeless right now, like if I didn't have the support system that I do. So you know, like for me to like not see that would be foolish and like selfish. So I'm grateful.
Oh yeah, for sure. Big
for
up
like
the parents.
my parents, dude. Like, but and I mean they've always been the ones who are like, yeah, you know, you love music, do it. Like, sometimes I think they should have told me to go into finance, but no.
I mean, grass is always greener, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, you know, why my dad went into finance and he hated it, and he's a teacher now.
Yeah.
So he was always big on like, no, do what you love because you're gonna be fucking miserable otherwise.
I'm gonna be that way too because I didn't necessarily get that. Like, the do what you love. I don't want to be like, you know, my mom's great, but I mean, I want she's still awesome. But I didn't necessarily get that support. I'm a big believer. Like now, you know, now that I've seen all these things in my life, you know, yeah, man. If that kid can get like godlike when they're young, they're almost guaranteed to be making whatever that thing is their career.
Yeah.
And all they probably need is just encouragement. You know, you don't got to slave drive them like you see some of these kids do, like Michael Jackson. You know, you hear about the stories. You know, like, they don't got to be that, but I mean, like, you know, just let them be able to do whatever that is. Yeah, that'll probably be good enough.
Their pursuit, help them find their pursuit and support them. Yeah, I think that's important.
But yeah, that's one, parents.
Okay. What else am I grateful for? I don't even know, man. I've gone through so many paths in life now, so it's like.
But the most obvious thing, the reason why I even know you, music, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one I'm obviously thinking of next is music, actually. So, yeah, I guess I am, dude. Like, it's been with me through my whole life. I've been obsessed with it my whole life. You know, like I go to shows, go to dance. I felt a lot of clarity just dancing at shows, you know, like, so yeah, I had a lot of great experiences at shows. And
I've always been a lame concert goer. Like,
really?
I think maybe like especially when I used to really, really go, too self-conscious to dance and like all that dumb shit, you know?
Yeah.
That I shouldn't be. And now that I'm in like creator mode, like I almost have like zero interest. Like I need to be working the show, not even playing, like working the show.
Yeah.
Or I need to be there because a friend's playing. There are, you know, I am still a fan. There are artists I want to see, but almost like 99% of them are not from this country.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
too
it.
worried about them coming.
Yeah.
The last show I went to was with Tomas. Not the last show I went to, but the last show that for an artist I really wanted to see was James Blake. I had a great fucking time. I don't know if I was dancing or nothing, but like, no, I actually enjoyed it. And I can rarely say that for any show that.
No, I find myself getting more and more that way too. Like
Yeah.
less interest to go like idolize someone, you know? Like,
yeah.
I'm just not interested in that anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, creating, because like I said, like I would, when I was not creating music, I was kind of sad about it, you know, especially like seeing and hearing music that I loved. I was like, kind of made me sad, like to not knowing that I wasn't making it.
I think it probably came once we started going heavy at Austin, because now, even though I never lived here, I would start coming here a lot and I would see a lot and hear a lot. And now the oversaturation comes and it's like, am I as good as some of these people I'm seeing? Like, you know, both normal and famous people? Maybe, maybe not. That's all subjective, but at the same time, I can do everything they can do, maybe just not as good, you know? Like, and now it's like, oh man, I could just be doing that, you know? Like, so it's almost like I'm teasing myself. Like, let me go watch someone else do the thing that I like doing, you know? Like, so I don't know. Those are probably like subconscious things I think of, like, as I'm there, you know? I'm like, man, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know. It's like a strip. I never understand the purpose of a strip club. Like, I have never understood the purpose of a strip club, especially now. And I still have not used any internet dating app, but I assume I don't understand how a strip club exists in an internet dating app era.
Oh yeah,
because like, oh, he's about to start saying stupid shit. Like, let me drink right now.
No.
All these people, you know, you're pretty much just getting teased at a strip club. You know, it's like, look, don't touch, or have them rub you or whatever. You know, strip
clubs are weird.
Yeah, no, they're horrible. They've all been pretty much horrible experiences. And this, like, for the most part, I never wanted to be at one. The only one I wanted to be at was Atlanta, because that has ties to hip hop culture.
Oh, okay.
So it was still like, I wasn't like enjoying myself, but it was like, I needed to check that off the hip hop list.
Yeah.
But
I went to one strip club once in my early 20s with a friend, and like,
where was it?
San Antonio.
Which one?
I was off I-10 in the medical center. I don't even remember the name of it.
The only one I remember close to that is it All Stars?
I don't think it was that one.
All right. It's like on I-10 and worse backwards.
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe it was that one.
Yeah.
Because that's where it was.
I've been there. That shit sucks.
Dude, it creeped me out, dude. It was like, I felt really uncomfortable.
All these old men
the whole
like,
time. Yeah, dude. That was my impression of it. I was like, this is like perverted and creepy. I'm ashamed. Like, but
I'm just saying, like, now,
that's your thing, whatever.
All those people can go on Tinder, and I'm not saying the first girl is gonna be about you, but dude, like, the numbers game has to work out, right? Where you can actually get, the goal, right? Instead of like, man, I wish I could. Here's $1,000. Still wishing that you could, like.
Oh yeah, like what? Like, was it 50 no's and a yes is still a yes? So it's Tinder. You just
hey, look, man. Baseball failing is a successful career, right? Because the best in baseball is like 30%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I've almost felt like. Like when I used to, at the end of my going to show days, I was like, yeah, like I'm just watching other people do it now, like instead of me, doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
But I don't even think, you did. All right, family music and.
So family music and what I'm thankful for.
Yeah. You're like this cup.
Yeah. I guess at a young age, I kind of realized the importance of health. And so I've just always like I'm thankful for health, basically. And so like I try to take care of myself, and because like I said, like I have trouble finishing ideas if I haven't like been taking care of myself.
Yeah, straight, yeah. And
just like still continuing just living my life, dude. Like I think a healthy body makes for a healthy mind. So
it's the next
not that I'm like some all-star athlete here, but
Oh yeah, but you running every day. I don't run.
Try to take care of myself though.
And staying with. I haven't really. I probably haven't seen Tomas since February. Like he looked decent in shape. I was like super impressed.
Yeah, he works out.
He went to the gyms twice, even though he was sick. Like he went to the gym like twice.
He went sick?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I mean, like, he passed out after the first one, but I mean, like,
Nice.
but yeah, nah, he about that life. So
Yeah, dude. And look, he's making shit. So
Yeah, man.
surely
There you go.
It helps, dude. It just creates good energy, man. Yeah. And like, that's everything.
I ended up, without going, because I've said this story 8,000 times, but yeah, like I ended up having like arm problems and stuff. So I ended up going more the route of like yoga and what's the other one? Trigger point therapy.
Oh, yeah.
So like, and especially this year that I've been going high content on this, high quantity on this. I've noticed in the last couple of months, like, yeah, I'm like, man, I'm in some doo-doo shape. But like, I'll still do yoga and things, but now even that has been altered, and I'm not doing like even the full body one. It's just stuff that enables my arms to keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like good and bad, because now I've like found like the hacks to keep me going, but now the rest of the body suffers,
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to is like what keeps you going.
Yeah.
And, like,
but I need the rest because eventually the rest will die too.
Yeah. Gotta find yoga's good, dude.
Yoga's great, but yoga's great. Here's one person that you would want to forgive, and one person that you want them to forgive you, and if you can say why.
Man.
Yeah.
That's some personal shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably multiple relationships. Honestly, that.
My man's like, just one. He's like, let me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess that would be what it came down to is like a girl that I don't like speak to anymore. Just because like I have a few like past relationships where we can be on good terms and like even like check in every now and then some it's like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's like I said earlier, like friends are kind of the people in your life are like most important to me. And so like those were obviously like very important people to me. So like I think there's definitely like two I can think of that it would be nice to like keep in touch with, and it goes either way. Would I forgive them or could they forgive me? Yeah, it's like so. Yeah,
for sure.
I don't want to name them honestly.
For sure, you don't have to. Ain't no pressure. Where you see yourself in 3 years?
3 years. Man. It's a tough call. I'm so open, like, this point in my life, like it's very like vague. Like I don't know. I don't even know what's gonna happen next month, if I'm gonna have a job or not. Yeah. So like I might not even be in Austin in 3 years. That'll be pretty different. So
would it be better or worse?
Probably better, I think. Or it could be in Austin still. I think 3 years will be better. And I'm hoping for that. At least staying positive about that.
Well, I just meant that would it be better that if you left Austin? But not that it'll be better or worse. Like
I don't know. General. There will be some things that are better about it. Like honestly, like I think if I leave Austin, that would be the thing that kind of makes me like put down music for a while.
Oh,
because I don't really want to get back involved into another scene. Like maybe I will. I don't know.
But you expressed a lot of joy in the producing, so you won't need a scene. Plus, you have your online collectors.
Yeah, that's true. I'll probably still continue making it, but like get out less to perform, and that's fine with me actually. So, like I said, like sometimes I kind of think music is like a distraction. So like actually kind of finding like inner peace.
I mean, it can because like, man, this is. All these arguments just flow through me now as I counter and battle myself. Yeah. But because basically, what we're trying to do is roll reality into what we want it to be instead of adhering to the norms, right?
Yeah, what's actually happening. Yeah, dude, that's a good way of putting it. Like, and that can be a burden on you, like
because it's not easy. You did 200 tracks, cool. It might take 2,000. It might take 20,000. It might take 200,000. You know what I mean? What is that number? We don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe for me, maybe it wasn't music, and maybe it's these podcasts, or maybe it's not even these podcasts. Maybe it's the thing I do after that. But how many of whatever these things are gonna be? Like, how many musics and podcasts will that be until I'm able to shift reality into like, all right, Abe. Here's the gift of your creative freedom now,
Oh, yeah.
But I would have done like 8,000 billion things, whatever it is,
Yeah, well, I mean, people, who really make themselves like fail at a lot of things too. So you know, we all they do a lot of things.
I am failing upward all the time. Let's go.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
What is the perfect day?
Clear blue skies and just feeling inspired and like reading something really powerful and then just being like kind of floored by it for the rest of the day. But and just being at peace, like being quiet and being at peace.
I was super surprised. Like music didn't enter into that at all.
Yeah. No, dude.
That's what's up. That's interesting. Where does the will to carry on come from? Like for you, like does it come from within, higher power, faith?
Yeah, no, I think it comes from within. It's gotta be like, I mean, maybe there's some higher power. I don't think so though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm really into like more like Buddhist side philosophies, but like I'm also really into Friedrich Nietzsche. So like, you know, hearing his perspective, those two kind of could go hand in hand. So, but yeah, you know, creating your own purpose is really what's gonna drive you, I think.
And this is the last one of the life. Those are 3-parter though.
Right.
It's called I Like, I Wish, I Wonder. I like that I did. I wish I had done. I wonder what would have happened if. So the first part is I like that I did.
I like that I studied music so intensely for so long. I wish that I had instead focused on making it more, making the music that I wanted to more. I wonder what would have happened if I had made music all those years rather than studied it. Had I not stayed in academia for so long.
Oh, man.
I don't regret it, but I mean, I think it was a great experience. And I think overall in the end, like I would regret not learning all this stuff. Like I would still, even if I was like successful with music, I would have been like curious, you know, I've been like, this is just something I always wanted to know. And like been going about making it all these years and not really understanding it. So
I mean, like, especially in the scene that you chose to be in, you're surrounded by people in the opposite.
Yeah, well, you know, the funny thing is I don't even really apply anything that I've learned to what I make. You know, it's like it's so much about experimentation to me. Like I just don't even sit down that way. Like I just like start tweaking things till like I hear like some weird patterns that make sense to me. And every now and then, like those lessons and skills will be like I'll kind of see what's happening, and I'll learn how to like take the idea a little further because of it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really come into play very often. So yeah, but like I said, I love electronic music for its experimental side. So
yeah, man, that was it. This would be the plug section, like where you just say your plugs.
Like, plugs.
Yo, I think I was talking to someone, and by the time this one comes out, people will know already. I think when I said plugs to the last person on here, I think they thought I was asking for like drug plugs. I was like, that was the first time I had to explain. Like, no, like thing where you want people to find you. Like, we're gonna get your music, any of that stuff, you know.
Like
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna release a bunch of stuff this year, actually. Like, SoundCloud is always busy, but like I got my stuff on Bandcamp and a little bit on Spotify too, which will add to quite a bit.
Do you have the same stuff on all of them or no?
No. Well, SoundCloud I have like everything on it, like, but like Spotify has 1 EP, and then Bandcamp has 2 EPs and an album.
What makes you do that?
I don't know. Well, I guess it's the online communities I have. Like they're really active on SoundCloud.
Okay.
And so like, you know, they make a track and they put it up on SoundCloud, and that's how they stay engaged and active. So I've kind of gotten into that, like that habit.
So that makes sense. But then like, why not like put it out on the others?
I don't know. Well, I guess when I put out an album, I want all the songs to be like fairly cohesive. So like I might have like 20, 30 checks done, but like I'm like, none of these really go together. Like I want to make more that like they work with. And so
You're not about the single life for those platforms?
maybe. So, but I might do more of that this year actually.
Mm.
Just because I want to start putting all that stuff out there. Like I don't know why I'm sitting on it.
2018. I feel like 2018 is gonna be the year where everyone floods the market.
Yeah.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
I'm gonna crash it.
The servers are gonna go insane, dude. They're gonna be holding all this music that no one's here.
Well, that's why the FCC had to end net neutrality.
That's the real reason, yeah.
All these fucking producers, man,
Yeah.
hogging all the bandwidth.
Dude, I'm over here recording 4K videos for these things, yo. Like,
Nice.
YouTube must hate me. like, man, no one watches this shit. What the fuck's wrong with this kid? He's always uploading
Nah, one of these days,
like 10 gigs a day.
Yeah.
All right, last words.
Love your friends. Be happy.
All right, bake that chicken, smoke that turkey. We done. Boosh.
Woke up today, same day every day. Nothing changes, no life rearrangement. Am I shameless? My name nameless. I choose to be painless, the path that's painless. Easier choice to do, though I have no clue. My life what to do, and be the chosen few. Greener on the other side, when will the tide be on my side? Surfing the life ride. What I do when I go to sleep every night, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I wake up first sight, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I battle every single day, we surfing the life ride. What I do when the North Shore Hawaii, we surfing the life ride. Now my flow is flowing, life is ever knowing, I'm forever going. Obstacles are slowing me from being me. My mind can see potential in me, failing publicly, still not trying. Closer to down, my dreams flying. There's no denying what I wanna do. Act as if no clue what I wanna do. Rather to a crew, easier to do than put in work. Effort test to hurt, business stay flirt with my motivation. Stop procrastination, head to destination. No more vacations, not until the end. Then with you, my friends, but there is no end. Always in a van, always on to do. Podcast do, grow does the queue, nothing rather do. What I do when I go to sleep every night, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I wake up first sight, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I battle every single day, we surfing the life ride. What I do when the North Shore Hawaii, we surfing the life ride. This year the tide will rise and subside on my side. I'm gonna try like I'ma die, no matter the why. I always aim high. The goal to fly away from here. No more fear, talking about leaving. Now you'll be seeing me going out. Power of my mouth, make reality. No salary, freedom of my life. Creation is my wife. Gonna be a high, can spark the light. Care for myself, first fix my health, then aim for wealth. Set free myself, transform within life. I win. All of my kin believe they come in. What I do when I go to sleep every night, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I wake up first sight, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I battle every single day, we surfing the life ride. What I do when the North Shore Hawaii, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I go to sleep every night, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I wake up first sight, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I battle every single day, we surfing the life ride. What I do when the North Shore Hawaii, we surfing the life ride. Where am I going from here? Where am I going from here? What am I gonna do next? Am I gonna be the best? Where am I going from here? Where am I going from here? What am I gonna do next? Am I gonna be the best? Where am I going from here?